it is right now, I'm sure we're gonna get, these may become commonplace, with the kind of chemicals, since it's changing. Okay.
We can say on the rules already.
Further comments, questions? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, so carried. Item H is consider the award of contract for hydrological services in the vicinity of Sharon Road and the CN Northwest Railroad south of 116th Street.
Mr. President, the village issued an RFP for engineering services, specifically for hydraulic engineering studies to evaluate the Elkshire development, which is along Sheridan Road between Chicago Western, roughly south of 116th Street down to 122nd. As that proposal came to the Plan Commission, there was significant discussion about the impact of that development would have on a number of things, ranging from the fence that exists in Schwab and the groundwater table that charges the ferry. One of the concerns voiced by conservancy groups was that the neighborhood would damage our ferry, that provides the water that goes into the prairie, that it could alter the chemical nature of the water that is in that water table that enhances the plant life. Based on a study that was prepared by SURPAC and I believe with some assistance from USGS. We also received another firm that disputed those findings, and with some equally strong science. I had some discussions with other representatives from the Plan Commission about how we were going to work out the differences between the studies. It was agreed at that point the best thing to do would be to issue an RFP to firms to perform and really evaluate the hydrologic studies that were done and examine the weaknesses or the differences in the models that were used. Bob Martin prepared the RFP with a review from both the developer as well as the SURPAC staff. Because the SURPAC staff had a report on the hydrologic studies that were done in that area before. They felt that they agreed with the structure of the RFP. We held interviews with 4 consulting firms that responded to the request. And the committee recommended that the proposal from Northern Environmental be accepted. Yeah, well-rounded proposal. Both the SURPAC as well as our experience. Northern's a good firm. They have one of the things they do have that wasn't available with the other firms was licensed professional engineers in Wisconsin that are familiar with the level of standards that SURPAC as well as the state works with. So we are recommending, and I'm recommending that the village board engage Northern Environmental for an amount of $12,000 to conduct this study. And we'll get the study done, and then we'll reconvene the interested parties and see where we fall on this. We put that development on hold, moving this completed, but with that, the answer is we don't really guarantee or ascertain what the gas would be. We'll SURPAC, Conservancy, as well as Salver. Based on the way we structure this and the information we're looking to get back to resolve some of those issues, feel that we'll be able to, from the staff standpoint at least, be able to move forward with a recommendation to either stop the project, modify the project, or see the project as presented, or anything in between. The developers agreed to pay the cost associated with this study of $12,000. So I request that be authorized to enter into contract with us.
So,
Second.
motion by Steve, second Monica.
What do we know about Northern Environmental? Their age, how long they've been in business, what's their involvement with this community?
I think the environmental has been around, they've been around as long as I've been here, so they've been around 23, 24 years. They've done some geotech work for the village, probably most notably on the Chesro site, which is where the sanitary sewer came down from the city along Sheridan Road. And they've also done some other environmental work, I believe, in the Corporate Park. So they've done not just some detailed engineering work and soils analysis. So they're used quite frequently. Our experiences with them have problem, and there's those. So they're, you won't see as often as they do, no arrangement to do. They also do some environmental work qualified contractors list or consultants list for DNR and the Wisconsin DOT.
I'd be curious at the end of the study, how close it came to one or the other consultants that were used.
We're curious about that too.
Well, more towards, maybe sewer pack, or, I'm guessing it would probably be more towards sewer pack.
Yeah, there's a model that's used, it's called G-Flow, and it's really the application of that model. And what really they're going to be taking the data sets that already exist, because there's been significant borings out there, and they're going to run this model. And I think that really ends up being the bone of contention, is how that model is being utilized and evaluated and applied to what's in the field. So one of the representatives from Northern did some work in Indiana, which is where this model was created. And we interviewed some response from the area, and they were understanding too. They really did that other piece of viability for this in Wisconsin law in engineering practices. So yeah, it is going to be, because if you remember back to the plantation, there was two spectrums, two ends of the world on this, and both credible studies. Sewer pack study, I mean, they would work having bad, and then really the work that was done by the developer was also sound scientific work. So, why doing this third study and having the consultant review the work that's been done, and working on it, now again with 100 different scenarios, they're going to give us, if it doesn't, then the science hasn't moved that far in that area. We don't do that big.
Well, 0% was looking at others.
Parks had done a study for the Regional Plan Commission, and they had looked at 116th Street. It was a broad area, broad view, and it was basically, as I recall, it was a methodology on how to approach some broad area hydrological movement, and they were focused in on the fins, which are those kind of outcropping of a spring and the plant life that grows on and the features. There's one north of 116th Street that I think that took their attention in that study. And there is another fin that's east of the tracks in this area. So, and there are unusual features in the prairie. That's one of the things that were, in the original, I think it's the technical report 55, that's what they were looking for. So, but specifically issues that were being brought from the developer with construction and trenching and things that happen as the development goes forward, and what impact that's going to have on that movement of water as it goes underneath the tracks. We've dealt with a myriad of issues from that to this is great enclosure to the pieces that finish the policy because until we had this core issue that's significant as to how you decide where the sewer water goes, it's really I didn't recommend before now.
My contracts are not to $12,000, but in there they mentioned that they would not initiate additional work pre-approval, ask it to the board.
Yeah, because based on what they proposed in the study and the data that we're providing to them, they're not having to go out and secure more data and do more drillings or whatever. So I believe that the 12,000 is sufficient. But if they run into something and need more, they're going to justify it right back. And we'll have to bring back the developers and start paying for it.
Further comments, questions? Hearing none, we have a motion. And a second, those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? So carries. Brings us to item I, that is consider the award contract to purchase one wide area lawnmower.
Mr. President, Department of Public Works opened sealed bids on January 16th at PM for proposal and bids on a John Deere 1600 turbo